Welcome back everyone, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Shadowrun Dragonfall. Where last time we were in sort of one final supply room. The medical station has cured us up. We're going to pass out medkits. Everyone gets one, apparently. We also got a Bumona gold trauma kit. And another one, we'll just leave it alone, we already have enough medical supplies. I'm guessing this is going to be the big fight of our time. Game saved. We are opening the door, transitioning to a new area. We will continue. And here we go. You exit the clean room to find yourself at the threshold of a vast underground chamber. If the abandoned facility that you just fought through was a purgatory, then you now stand at the gateway to hell. The heat emanating from ahead of you is like a hammer, and the smell of sulfur and ozone is enough to make your lunch want to find somewhere to hide. Above the noise created by the whir of turbines, you can hear the deep rumble of something feral waking up. Something very big. You check your weapons and step into the vast chamber. There's a terminal here, which is interesting. The smell of sulfur and ozone fills the cavernous chamber. Despite the whir of several high-opened exhaust fans, the heat is tremendous. As you enter, you hear a loud click followed by the squeal of audio feedback. Then Adrian Vauclair's voice booms over the loudspeakers. I don't know how you escaped the laboratory, but please, stop. I must complete the virus infusion process. I must release her. Our future as a species depends on it. I'm sorry, Doctor. I know you want to aid humanity, but murder and genocide is not the way. Don't take the moral high ground with me, Shadowrunner. How many people did you and your team butcher to get here? Dozens, easily, and why? To avenge the deaths of your friends? To protect your crew's bazaar? The scale of your crimes does not protect you from the same judgment that you're attempting to pass on to me, nor do any altruistic motivations that you may ascribe to them. I am attempting to save humanity itself. The time for discussion is over. I'm done debating with you. He pauses, puzzled. Still, I must understand how you escaped the test lab. A thought comes to him, and his tired eyes glitter in triumph. It was her, wasn't it? Fyrshwunga, that must be. You made some sort of deal. She helped you escape, and in return you'll help her rejoin her dragon body. Fyrshwunga showed me a way out. Now I'm offering one to you. What did she promise you? Gold, jewels, eternal life? She offered them to me as well, for decades. It doesn't matter now. The infusion process has begun. The dragon is waking up. Soon she will take flight, but you will not be allowed to wait in the sat. Audrin, assure that they don't. Where's Audrin? I don't see him. Yet. I don't think it's fair that they get the surprise action on me. Considering we're the ones who surprise actioned our way into the room, I want to go into the matrix pump access. But we need to kill some people first, I think. There's also a pump station terminal. I was kind of hoping for more damage than that. Alright, we're moving up to here. We need to kill this mage. Come on. Iger, seriously? You have one job in the whole game. You have no other skills but to be a sniper. And you can't hit a mage, an unarmored mage, more times than one shot. And then again, our robot's not doing much better with its 60% chance to hit nothing. So maybe I shouldn't be too hard on Iger. Should have brought Dante. Our robot's unbalanced. Ow. We have enemies behind us. Right then. Kill the mage. Get into the matrix. I don't know what this is going to do, but it might be useful. That actually did a crazily big amount of damage. We're gonna have to shotgun these guys, though. Why can't I just hit them? Wait, were those our allies? It's possible that those were allies. And here I thought that they were enemies. Who are they, then? Okay, maybe we won't shoot them. That might have been my bad. Ah, it doesn't matter, it's fine. It'll be fine. Whatever. I don't even know who they are, to be honest. That was a solid hit for once. Thank you. That guy's dead. That guy's hurt. We only have one guy to shoot at. Well, I don't have AP to do anything, so end turn. Ow. Hey, we got shotgunned. No, they are enemies. Why couldn't I shoot them before then? I thought they were enemies. That was kind of cool. He just appeared behind me. Like some sort of ninja. They have black ICs in here. Not that that was unexpected, just something to note. There's no cover on this side. But that being said, we're going to step out. Anyways. Why does our aim suck so badly all the time? I should probably move away from the enemy ICs. That hurt. That was some decent host damage we took. I mostly just wanted to kill this one particularly. 2, 3, yay, and then we can move over here. If they all gather up here, we can blast for them, which will be nice. It's dead. And we don't need to heal, but we can shield. And just wait. It is given accuracy. Alright, so we totally can shoot these guys. I don't know why we couldn't shoot them before, but now it's kind of annoying. Because they shot me. There's Audrin. Keep the process going, Doctor. I'll kill them myself. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, Glory. I'll move you somewhere else. Okay, if they couldn't get like 800 turns, that would be also pretty good. 94% chance to hit. Misses every attack. I need to get the ox venting system on. I don't know why, but I'm sure it's important for some reason. The fact that they have me in the Matrix doing this means it's important. More. So we have a mage over there. Kill that guy. Move up to cover. Glory needs to run back and heal. 3 turns to there. Jam a healing kit down her throat. Oh fuck, I've read about that guy too. There's a street samurai beating our main character to death. Why does he keep teleporting? That's just weird. Oh my god, that hurt. He almost... Well, he didn't almost kill his own guy, because apparently his own guy has 1,000,000 health. Okay, we need to kind of get out of here soon. 1 turn to there. Should have started decking from the other side, but we didn't know at the time. If I can get out and have a turn, we might still survive this. Alright, we have 3 rounds, which means we can jam a healing kit down our throat. Which should keep us alive. We're going to run to cover, because cover seems to be at a premium at the moment. And we will... Can't do that. Can't do that either, so we'll just shoot him. Lots of life. We need to find better cover for Iger. I don't know if she can shoot through windows like that. There's a healing kit over there, but we don't want these people close together either. Okay, that mage is dead. That did a little bit of damage. Kneecap that guy if you can. Audrun's actually at a fairly low life. Not enough that I would be comfortable running out there with Glory to try and kill him, but lower anyways. We should probably repair with our heal things. We're also out of ammo, so we're not going to be able to shoot next turn. Not ideal. The ninja came to chop up our main guy. He has healed a bit and chain gunned us. That was terrible. Okay. We should not shoot at Audrun, but we had no line of sight. I guess we had the Street Samurai, who we missed entirely. I literally only have line of sight to Audrun, which is stupid. Okay, what's she gonna do with her turn? I want to throw a grenade. Where can I throw? Nowhere. So I have line of sight to nothing right now. So I have a big ass pillar in the way. What if I move there? It's probably not gonna help us too much. Throwing grenades, what? 2 or 1? Probably 1. I guess we could move out, throw a grenade, and then run. That wasn't exactly what I had hoped for, but fine. Our robot might die. It's taken a good amount of damage. Okay. Well, he's right here in our face. We can't aim for shit at a giant orc 3 feet away from us. God damn it, my group sucks. Kind of actually really annoyed at how incredibly ineffective they are. How did I miss every single attack? Okay, well, we'll get some of our hit points back at least. Glory may get shot down. Our thing should come back to life though. It has a heal kit. Did it just hit our own character? That was weird. But alright, okay, fine. Kill the bodyguard, I guess. That guy has tons of life, like a ridiculous amount. Somehow this robot's still alive. Fine, whatever. Oh no, the process is almost complete. We need to turn this thing on quickly. Okay. Let's see if we can get rid of some of these enemies. Why did I not hit anything? 61% chance hits 1 out of 5 attacks. Clearly 20% is not 60%. Unfreaking believable. You don't know what you've done. Yes, I do. I've maybe survived this. Let's hit the pump station first. Disengage safety protocol. Vent A, safety protocol disengaged. Vent A is now unlocked from manual venting. The virus infection process will automatically reinitiate when the emergency venting is done. We need the emergency override key. At least Vauclair, Audrin is not shooting us with a minigun anymore. Even though this street ninja is being very annoying. We have a ridiculous miss rate. It's truly improbable. One movement to there. We're gonna send Glory to go deal with the button. You know what? 2 shots on that mage, because I have a feeling we're gonna miss both of them. Okay, so we just got one of them. There, finally things are going a little bit better. Whoops, why did I switch guns? Oh, we were on reload mode. Alright, it's gonna take us 2 movement to get there. We should just go do it. The virus infusion process has been aborted. Random teleport's kind of a cool thing, but at the same time it misses a lot, like it sends her far away. There we go, finally took that one down. Alright, I think we finally got a grasp on our fighting situation. There. Unbelievable. Alright. Let's confront Vauclair. Or Vauclair. Once again, a transflash window separates you from Adrian Vauclair. But this time, his steadfast will is gone. He stands motionless, hands at his sides, eyes dead, spent. The strength that drove him, the steely resolve that couldn't be shaken by swiftness or time or age is gone. It's theirs now, the world. All theirs. You're gonna have to pay for this, you know. We will all pay, all of us. The Wyrms will continue their machinations, consolidate their power, exact their tribute, and humanity? We are no more than treasure to them. Favored baubles to be collected, items to be traded, resources to be spent or hoarded. He sweeps his eyes across the carnage that was his life's work until they come to rest on the dragon. He grits his teeth. 42 years. 42 years, and finally we had a chance to make a difference, and you destroyed it. I gave everything I had. Everything. Everything I loved. I'm sorry, Hermie. It would appear that he's dead. Right, we're gonna do the operations terminal thing. Plug in the AI. Dragon Chamber Operations Control. Sequence Operations Control Transfer. Audrin A1. Benassi has been taken offline via external override. Infusion process aborted. Dragon is not infectious. Let's transfer Fushwaringa's control to Apex. Control transferred. Operations control system going offline. Apex's voice throbs to the terminal speakers. I am assuming control of this system. Yes. Processing. I have now complete control of this facility and all connected systems. Dragon Fushwinga is mine. Benassi is mine. You have done well, Eltimar. I will not forget it. Vacate the premises at your leisure. I have all the time in the world. Apex's voice reverberates off the cavern walls and slowly fades. There's a long moment of silence, punctuated only by the rasping breaths of the shackled dragon. Did we do the right thing, leaving all of this to Apex, the dragon, the research, everything? Right, wrong, who the hell knows? We're dealing with things so much larger than us, it's hard to say anymore. If this gets Apex off all of our backs, then I'm for it. The Firewing can fend for herself. I still don't trust Apex. We just handed it a tremendous amount of power. It was already too powerful to handle. I don't think that handing it another weapon is going to change much in the long run. She shakes her head. I don't know. Maybe it'll use all of this to protect the F-state like it said. We'll just have to wait and see. We can exit. Everything is done. There's Fushwinga. Or Fushwinge, or whatever I said. Whatever its name actually is. It's huge. Look at the size of that head. Terrifying. Very cool model, too. You're about to exit this location and return to the cruise bazaar. Continue? Sure. You step out of the van, climbing down into the tunnel leading back to your safe house. Just hours ago, you saved Berlin from fire and ash and from the would-be sacrifice of Dr. Adrian Vauclair. It feels strange now, returning in secret. In silence, the other residents of the cruise bazaar go about their business, unaware of what almost happened here tonight. It's finally over. Your team and your Kias are safe once again. Meet with the team. We got the intro music playing. The team is waiting when you walk in. Their faces are haggard, their shoulders slumped. Was there a point to all this, Eltimar? We lost Paul, lost Monica, the cruise bazaar, so many people died. It was just supposed to be a simple job, remember? A milk run. Get into the estate, snatch some data, and get home in time for Wyrm Talk on the Trid. I think we've had enough Wyrm Talk for one lifetime. You got that right. If I never have to talk to another dragon again, it'll be too soon. She shakes her head. This whole thing has been a nightmare from the beginning. The idea of dragons taking over the world, the thought of them slowly hoarding everything, it's too big to think about. We're street level, we run the shadows, that's it. Worrying about these sort of issues is beyond our pay grade. That's what they want, that's what they need. The corps, the dragons, the politicians, everyone. They want us to think that we can't make a difference. They put effort, a lot of effort, into making us feel small, insignificant. But we're not. We had the power in our hands today, and we had a choice and we made it, and because of that, the world is different. For good or for ill. That's right, for good or for ill. We can't see the future. I don't think anyone can, but the world is different now, and we're the ones who changed it. So did we win? Berlin is still standing, isn't it? I count that as a win. You watch the team take this in, Iger nodding her head in agreement. Gloria staring ahead, lost in thought, Dietrich frowning, eyeing the floor, Blitz fiddling with his deck and pretending not to understand. Iger breaks the silence. So what now? Monica's gone and Paul's gone. Do we keep riding together, or is this the end of the road? Gloria steps forward, her expression is troubled. I'm afraid that I'm out, for a while at least. I have some personal business to attend to. There's a man I need to find, a vicious, repulsive monster who needs to be brought to justice. Eltimar knows what I'm talking about. I might be gone for a long time. For the time being, you should write me off. Perhaps find someone to fill my shoes, but this place is my home and you people are my family. I promise you when the job is done, I'll come back to the cruise bazaar. I hope that you'll still have me. We'll be here, Glory. There's always a spot for you on my team. Glory nods. Understood. See you around. I'll miss you, love. Be safe. Well, I'm in. I'm getting kinda old for the Shadowrunner, but I'd rather die in the shadows with you people than live. I don't know. I thought I had something going there. Whatever, the point is I'm in. That was beautiful, man. Iger turns to you. So, Eltimar, you're gonna stick around the cruise bazaar and keep running the shadows with me? You've done a hell of a job, and I'd be happy to follow your lead. If it means picking up where Monica left off and keeping the cruise bazaar safe, I'm in too. Makes sense to me. What about you, Blitz? Oh, I'm most definitely and totally insane dragons, assholes with enormous machine guns, devil dogs that hump your leg when no one's looking. This is the place for me, no question about it. How could I say no? Dante humped your leg? I don't want to talk about it, it's still too fresh. Iger snorts a laugh, then she's back to business. Before I forget, the Turkish coffee guy sent one of his street rats over before you got here. Said he wants to talk to you about something. Thanks, I'm gonna go see what's going on in the cruise bazaar. I'll stop by the coffee shop on my way. Meet with Altug. Also, it's very cold in my room all of a sudden. It got like really chilly really fast. Oh, it's like 11 o'clock. Shit, I need to get to bed. Okay, we'll finish this video and then get to bed. That's Algernon, not Altug. Altug. Ah, how very propitious that it is we may speak again, O Master of Mayhem. I have a proposal for you that can prove most lucrative for us both. Effendim, most lucrative. Fortune will surely smile upon our blessed partnership if only you'll accept. I'm listening. Master of Hyperbole. With the passing of Aramsel, may God bestow his mercy on him, you'll find yourself without a fixer. I wish to offer my assistance to you in this regard. You will find that Altug Brakazi is a most connected and business-savvy partner. Sounds like a match made in heaven, Altug. How do we start? I've already found a potential client, oh blessed one, a most prosperous one with deep pockets. He's eager to meet you. When you're ready, take the U-Bahn to Brandenburger Tor. He'll find you there. Brandenburger Tor. As soon as I finish this up, I'll go meet them. Interesting. Your PDA buzzes, an incoming comm center unknown. A crisp or creeping wisps of white light or bright blue light fill your PDA's tiny screen. Apex. Eltimar, you've done well. I've taken possession of the Harfeld facility. All its functions are mine now. The dragon is under my control. Vauclair's work will continue. I'll perfect his panacea. If need be, I will unleash it. Otherwise, I will use it towards other ends. Apex, what other ends are you talking about? Wait and see. It cuts off and it goes black. Wait and see. That's excellent. Let's go see what we have to do with the tour. As I recall, someone is not very happy with us, but it's been a while. The train car is empty except for a man in an immaculately tailored Italian suit. You notice him watching you for several minutes while the train rumbles its way towards Brandenburger Tor. Finally he speaks. The stranger's words come out slowly in a deep melodious tone that is easy to hear despite the noise of the train. He takes his time, accentuating each word and relishing each vowel and each consonant, tasting them as if they were a delicacy. Hello. I assume that the business with Dr. Vauclair is concluded, yes? Do I know you, friend? No, but you are about to. The man inclines his head slightly in introduction. Hans Brachus. I represent an interested party. Someone who wishes to know about your encounter with Dr. Vauclair. And how do you know about that? Brachus continues, my employer also wishes to hear about the Lady Fierschwinga, a fascinating creature so unlike her brothers and sisters. It is distressing that a being so magnificent has been reduced to a pawn for a computer game with delusions of grandeur. Yes. Dragons are no different from anybody else. There are those who would take and those who would get taken. A dragon is just another taker. He purses his lips, considers just another taker. Interesting. Dragons take. This is undeniable. But they cannot be considered just another taker, as you put it. They are the ultimate takers. It is their reason for existence. The great dragons are very old and very powerful, and very, very cunning. A cunning unknowable to you. You look at a moth and barely perceive sentience. You glance its way, amused, as it flutters towards a bright light in a vain attempt to... what? To enter? To draw strength? To burn? It does not know. Its epic struggle is barely 1/100th of a lifespan. The sum total of its existence is nothing against the vast scale of your struggles, your hopes, your dreams, which you could not fathom in 1,000,000 years. Poor moth. He leans forward. You will live and die between the beats of a dragon's heart, mein Freund. Freund, I think it is. What hope do you have of understanding them? None. Fierschwinge massacred thousands, and a stranger in a train calls her fascinating. Obviously, this is all beyond my comprehension. He leans back. Do not choose ignorance, Shadowrunner. It does not become you, nor does sarcasm. Lady Fierschwinge was fascinating because she was... different. My Lady Fierschwinge was a nurturer, a caregiver, rare among her kind. Where her brothers and sisters saw the world as a prize to be won, she saw it as a garden to be tended. Can you imagine? For world upon world, the great dragon Fierschwinge brought wisdom and succor to countless souls, and she was loved for it, exalted, a goddess. When she awoke from her long slumber in 2012 and saw what the world had become, what meta-humanity had done to the garden she had tended for great ages, she struck with the rage, regret, frustration, and anguish of a mother whose children had played with fire and burned the house down, killing themselves in the blaze. She unleashed fire and death through her tears, and now she is under the control of a construct, an unnatural thing manufactured in a lab by those whom she sought to protect. The sixth world has taken her as a toy for its toy. You seem to know a lot about dragons, Hans. Think your employer wants you telling me all of this? I am sure of it. You may consider this conversation an employment interview for a very influential client, one who pays extraordinarily well. Now listen. The man removes his hands from his knees, folds them in his lap. I tell you all of this so that you have context, perspective before I ask you this next question, Shadowrunner. If Dr. Vauclair's weapon had not required dragon fire, if it had been capable of destroying every dragon on Earth without touching a hair on meta-humanity's head, would you have used it? I don't think so. Who knows what would fill the power vacuum left behind? Indeed, there are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Things you do not wish to know. Well, on to the business at hand. My employer wishes to secure your team's services for a series of operations that will likely require the remainder of 2054. Sounds interesting. Who's the boss? The boss is the great dragon Lofweir. He is sometimes referred to as the Golden Wyrm. Perhaps you have heard of him. It's him. That's actually who it is. What makes you think I'm going to deal with a dragon? His eyes glint, because you have already been working for him for some time now, Mynheer. Or did you think Green Winters found the Harfeld Manor on his own? If your boss was behind this whole thing, then he really backed the wrong horse. Something tells me he didn't want Apex in control of Panacea. Perhaps one might assume that the outcome could have been better suited to his interests, but then again, perhaps not. You are not in a position to know. I'll take your word for it. That would be wise of you. The rattle of wheel on track gives way to a shimmying screech. Gradually, the train begins to slow. He glances up at the U-Bahn map on the wall and smiles. Ah, this is my stop. Coming. Well, what do you know? This looks like it's my stop too. The train comes to a halt. As the doors open, Brockus stands, brushes off his Italian suit, and exits without another word. As you turn to follow, your eye catches an advertisement for Wyrm Talk above the subway car. Brockus glances back at you from the platform, the light from the car reflecting the yellow in his gaze. You step out of the subway car and follow him up the stairs and into the Berlin night, into the shadows. He's actually Vauclair. The yellow eyes, they give it away. Berlin Newsfax contains just one report of a shootout in an abandoned holdfast in the countryside, east of Berlin. In a matter of hours, the report vanishes without a trace, as do several prominent deckers who attempt to dig deeper into the event. The Flux State's anarchist rule remains into 2055 when joint corporate forces acting with the support of the German government invade the city. It's widely known that the Great Dragon Vauclair is responsible for orchestrating this action. The Golden Wyrm, it is said to be surprised by the speed and ferocity with which the F-State assembles to repel the attack. In 2060, rumors surfaced of Vauclair meeting with an unknown representative of the Flux State. Hostilities abruptly cease, a truce is signed the same year, and Berlin is again divided by a wall. The Great Dragon Dunkelzahn is elected President of the United Canadian and American States in 2057. He is promptly assassinated as he leaves an inauguration party at the Watergate Hotel while in human form. Popular opinion is that another great dragon is responsible, as only a dragon can kill a dragon, but those in the shadows hint that an act of powerful blood magic is the cause. Rumors of an exchange between a godlike AI and the feathered serpent Mujaji, ruler of Azania, first began to surface in 2061. A decker named Tolstoy claims that this might be a new stage of ongoing negotiations between the AI and dragonkind, but this claim cannot be confirmed. The name of Dr. Adrian Vauclair has since been lost to the shadows. And that is it. We are done. We've completed Dragonfall. I think it's probably the best of the Shadowrun series, although to be fair, 100% open here, I have not finished Shadowrun Hong Kong, so when we get to that game, there will be a lot of that game I don't actually know. So, that's not going to be for a while, however. We have a couple games ahead of us. We have Divinity Original Sin Definitive Edition. That's going to be our next series, coming up in the next few days. Followed by the new Pathfinder Enhanced Edition. Pathfinder Kingmaker Enhanced Edition, I should say. And then we'll be moving on to Shadowrun Hong Kong, probably, or, depending on how late in the year it is by then, we'll be playing Doom Eternal and then Shadowrun Hong Kong. Next year is going to be insane in terms of games. We have Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, we have Cyberpunk 2077, and there's another game I batched too, and I can't remember what it's called now. You know what? I'm sure I'll figure it out at some point. But for now, I'm going to leave you guys here. Like I always ask at the end of a series, if you enjoyed the content, please subscribe. And otherwise, I will see you all in the next series. Take care.